Thank you very much to Andy Roberts down there at the motor office. Not sounding so good a bit later on. Maybe those showers might just disappear just a little bit. You've got a question for young David.
Well, yeah, because we were just talking about Phillip Island, and you've been doing a bit of commentating out there, haven't you? Is that something you want to look to do a bit more of?
Yeah, I've actually, the last 5 years of the World Superbike down there, I've been commentating for that. So it's, it's like I've been doing it already, pretty much. So it is something I like doing for sure. And I did it for years in the British Championship because I've been over here since I was a kid, since I was a teenager in 2002. And from quite early on, Fred Clark got me out in the commentary box, and we always had a good banner, and they asked me back, and then eventually Stuart Higgs wanted me to do it properly, and went over to Aston and did a few bits and bobs. But yeah, so I do really like the commentating, but it's quite hard sort of doing the whole day and not swearing. That's the only bad thing.
You could tell he's done it before, because when he came in, he knew exactly where to put the boom mic up to his mouth.
You better watch your back, Kenneth.
Move it away when we're talking.
You can imagine it.
Bollocks.
Well, they are. We do apologise.
Oh, is that swearing? I didn't think that word was bad.
It is.
That's nothing for an Australian.
No, that's just normal. That's just normal everyday language, isn't it? They probably got that on their breakfast show in the morning, to be honest. But yeah, it is quite a hard challenge. And like you say, David, when you've got to talk all day, and when we have a bit of banter and stuff, the odd swear word slips out when me and you have a chat off air and stuff. But then when you're on air, you've got to be so careful of your P's and Q's doing the job.
That's right.
And when you're doing live stuff around, say, Donington Park, Mallory or whatever, you've got everybody listening, from little kids to granddads and stuff, and you just all of a sudden get carried away with the moment.
Yeah.
And it's nearly happened a couple of times with me, only nearly. I'm thinking it in my head, but it's not going out. That's the important thing to do.
The hardest thing's been like when I'm in the box by myself, like being an anchor. Like you're an anchor, and you're really good at it. There you go. Like you like that.
He's an anchor.
I love bigging him up when I can, because I put him down a fair bit.
Yeah, you do.
But no, that's the hard bit, and that's something that it takes you can't really learn that. You've either got it or you ain't, and I'm not an anchor, that's for sure.
Yeah, but some people, you can either do it or you can't. You are, I know you are a complete anchor. You are.
Leave it.
Easy.
You could do it. You're an anchor of Australian motorcycling. You are, mate, completely. Listen, while we're on about Antipodean people, it's a shame to not have Bruce here. I know he's from New Zealand. You all hate each other. I'm only joking. It's a shame he's not here, is it? Because he always brightens up the paddock, doesn't he, with that big smile he's got.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's not here. He's every year he's been here since I've started, and it's it definitely hope he's going well, and they will be back. Like it was only watching it was on down in a pub, and we were watching the lap from my on board, and because we were together on the track, because he started number 2. And I was number 1. Obviously, he freaking caught me, and and he's always just on it. Like every year since I've been here, I think even further than that, he's been on the podium or winning. So it's something big missing in the paddock this year.
When you sat in a pub and the onboard video comes on, and you go, "That's me, that's me."
I was criticising myself. I was like,
"Why did I do that?" And when he went past you on that RCV, I mean, that's some bit of kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd love to have a run on that, wouldn't you?
Definitely, that was fast, and it was something that we had a few issues last year, but it was which sort of stuffed up our top end, really. So so our bike wasn't as quick as what it should have been, but it's definitely RCV. I stayed in a slipstream, no dramas, but they seem to have that top end when you get into the wind, which is the aerodynamics thing that we had problems with last year, but. And it was good handled on a dime, but the biggest when it was racing with him on the classic bikes, and when he comes past on that 500, and the smell of it's good to start with, and then that's not actually that fast. Like we're on these XR69s here at the classic TT, and he comes past, but down the straight not too bad, but in the corners we've got a break, and he's just like gone. Yeah. Corner speed, that thing is just ridiculous.
Probably weighs half the weight of the XR69, even the engine. Probably.
Yeah.
He went all Australian on us then for a moment. He said, "No dramas." Did you hear that?
He did
just slip down. I did. Any other questions for David? Who's saying hello? There's people, I'm sure, all over the world saying hi.
It's so typical. This stream, I can't get to my comments now, but someone commented a minute ago, and I can't find their name now, but they were saying that they met your parents a couple of years back, and that they were super proud of you, and they were telling him how you'd come to the UK and you were now a superstar racer. So they said, so obviously your parents are pretty proud. proud of you, which is really nice. Just had another message in. Malcolm says, loving the show. All the best from Bonnie, Lancashire. We've got quite a few Aussies listening, as you wouldn't be too surprised to find, I'm sure. We've just got someone from far north Queensland, Glenn, who says, go Davo, show the Poms, mate.
Cheers, Glenn.
And Dean says, Davo, what a player. Ace. I don't know what he means by that.
I have no idea.
What a player.
Show the Poms. Are you allowed to say that anymore, show the Poms? Are you allowed to do that, are we?
Yeah, well, we just
You still call the English people, because we're not English, we're Manxy, you see.
That's right.
But do you still call the English Poms back home in Australia?
Yes,
do you
that word
especially when the
gets used
cricket
quite a
comes on,
yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, but it's well, the Poms, do you know what it stands for?
No, go on.
Prisoners of Her Majesty.
Ah, right, okay.
And we're actually the prisoners, but I don't really get it.
Yeah, because that's
either way, we'll just call you Poms. Well, not yous, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the English as well. Last night, then, let's talk about obviously the laps on the Gulf BMW. Good to see Sean Muir back and the team. I like Sean, a lot of time for Sean, and hope he finds his bikes have got nicked from his house as well, to be honest with you. Somebody's nicked a load of his motocross bikes. I think it was him out of his place. He's Gisborough way, isn't he? That sort of way. I think his kids' motocross bikes have been nicked from he's probably not told you that, but it was on social media. I spotted it the other week. Hope they all get found. But how's it going on the Gulf BMW? I mean, it's
good.
But
right. We're moving forward. I wanted to really get into 130s yesterday, which as I spoke to you when you interviewed me earlier, it was it's sort of a bit greedy asking for that early on, but it's the pace that seems that's the way it's going. And I've gone the fastest now that I've ever done in practice already. And I know that there's a 130 there, even from yesterday, if I just did a few things different. And but yeah, so it's all going really good. The first session was surprisingly quicker on the super stocker. Even I came in and I was not happy with it at all. So I feel really good, and I'm not staying content. I'm just going to keep moving forward. I know I can go a lot quicker than what I'm going. So we've got a lot of changes to make, and the boys are amazing. Like they're so switched on, and it's a tight-knit group. They come straight from Donington World Superbike, because obviously Sean's other team, the Milwaukee Aprilia World Superbike team, and it's fully MotoGP in my eyes, the way they work and the changes they make, and it's very very tight-knit unit, and it's working really good. You've
got obviously the Super Twin as well with Ryan Farquhar. We had Ryan on yesterday talking in the practice preview show, and he thinks you're a good lad, so he's giving you one of his twins, the RST twin as it is, obviously, because obviously you're tied with the RST leathers. How did you make on that? Because you haven't ridden one before here. I
rode a twin years ago. Yeah, it was.
DP Cole planing one. That was it for Mick and the team. Yeah, that's right. Okay. What about Ryan's bike? What do you make of it?
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't think, like when they showed me I did 117, and I thought the timing was wrong. It's come really easy, and the bikes are really good, so that sort of helps. And it's they've had a few dramas down there, as I'm sure he told you about. So we're just hopefully it's all good, because all the bikes are having the same drama. So it's once they sort that out, hopefully it'll be all good. But aiming to get out on tomorrow night. But yeah, that bike's it's good. I told him I'd just one more lap and I'll race it like that.
117. That's a pretty good going lap, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's why I was surprised. I was like, is that right? Refreshers. You sure?
It's a timing glitch. No, it wasn't. But just quickly, we've only got about 2 or 3 minutes left there, David, because we're coming up to the 9 o'clock news with John Moss. Lap times last night, 133s for Dean and Michael and things like that. I mean, you're nearly at the 130 mark, but just your comment on that, on the laps from Dean, breaking the lap record unofficially last night. It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah,
that's amazing. And he's riding so well, Dean. And he's doing, it started to come real good in BSB as well. And but yeah, I saw that the times from yesterday, and we're on a little group chat. It's with the James Whittam crew. We're all in this group chat with a bit of banter going on, and there was a quote there. I wasn't even trying.
That's what you said to me.
And I was like, oh yeah, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. That's you can't not try and do 133. But like I say, he's on the crest of a wave at the moment, and where's he going to take it? I mean,
where are they all going to take it?
Yeah, I'm confident I can do that time where he's at now. So we'll just see where they sort of plateau, really.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We're talking about that. Any more questions, Christy? We've got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah, Sam is listening from the Antarctic and loving it. So I
bet it's cold down there.
I bet you it is, yeah.
And Roger, listening in Leeds, new hip due, so I'm missing TT, but I'm watching and listening to TT radio. It helps, catching a lot more than I do.
It's cold in Leeds as well. It always is when you go. It was rained when I go through Leeds.
Yeah.
So apologies to any Leeds fans listening.
And just loads of people sending you all the best, and another person who wants you to get rid of Josh Brooks' terrible moustache. So
I think it's very good, you know. I think he's got a career in doing that, and he's probably got a sponsor involved with it too, hasn't he?
I don't know, some sort of a that twirling thing.
That's
I know that. If you look back in the Wild Wild West, that stuff that they use, the wax, whatever, that used to cost a lot of money for them back then. So maybe he's got sponsored by them.
Maybe you and him should do it, right? And you should get one. He could get one. You could do we could be like the 118 men.
I don't think I could pull it off like he does.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could. Quickly, your plans for this evening. Obviously, we've got practice going ahead. What have you got? I'm
going to go out on the superbike again straight away. I don't know. Is it a long session?
I've got the times. It's over there. I haven't got the times.
Yeah,
no, it's not actually. No, because the TT Zeros are going out. So I think TT Zeros.
So another 3 lap. Yeah. So I'll do 2 on the superbike again, and just try and get that dialed in. It's not far away now. I got to the point last night. I was thinking it was a bit. So I didn't quite know exactly what to change, but we're going to make a plan. I'll go down there now. The boys will be in there, so go through some data and or data. Do you say data or you say data?
Data.
Data. We're data.
Data and data. Do you say tomato or tomato?
Tomato.
Do you say David or Davo?
Oh, look out.
Nice.
That one. It's just for everyone out there, it's Davo, not Davo.
I just do it for
or
a bit of
Davo.
crack. Listen, David, it's lovely to have you in here this morning. Nice to have a good chat and a good bit of crack as well. We also have a good bit of fun because that's what it's all about. Yeah, we have James Cowton and Adam McLean on just a little bit earlier on. Roads closing, Christy, have you got all the details
so they
there,
close
please?
4:45 from Brule Park in Ramsey, 5 p.m. from the bungalow, 6 rest of course, and they're expected to be closed until no later than 9:30 p.m. if all goes to plan.
Okay, back on air just after 4 with the practice preview show, and back on air with Chris Palmer and of course Chris Boyd and a host of others after 6 o'clock this evening. Thanks to my guests this morning, thanks to Christy DeHaven, and thanks to Alex for producing, and thanks to Ed who's busy in the corner there asleep.